Ever wonder why some people enter a room and immediately command respect without saying a word? Their secret isn't charisma or luck. It's a psychological algorithm built on scarcity and value. Today, we're going to decode that algorithm so you can apply it in your own life. And you might be surprised by how counterintuitive some of these steps are. Stick around until the end because there's one tactic almost everyone misunderstands that can completely transform how others see you. What do we really mean by value? In social psychology, perceived value isn't about how much money you have. It's about the impression you project. Robert Cialdini, the leading persuasion researcher, explains that whatever is rare, uncommon, or dwindling in availability confers value on objects, or even relationships. When you're always available and overly eager, you reduce your perceived value. The first step in the value algorithm is to stop making yourself cheap. People are wired to pursue what feels scarce. Think about how excited you get when a product is labeled limited edition. The same instinct applies in relationships. By creating gentle scarcity, taking time before replying, setting clear boundaries, and prioritizing your own goals, you signal that your time and energy are valuable. This isn't about playing games. It's about respecting yourself enough to make others respect you. If this idea of perceived value makes sense so far, drop a comment with a thumbs up and let me know which behavior you think reduces respect the most. Your insight helps this channel reach more people who want to decode human behavior. Law 4 of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power says, always say less than necessary. When you speak sparingly and deliberately, people fill in the blanks with their own imagination. Silence isn't emptiness. It's a canvas onto which others project value. Neurological research shows that the brain pays more attention to scarce or unpredictable stimuli because it assumes such signals carry important information. By pausing before you speak, choosing your words carefully, and letting others talk more, you cultivate a mystique that draws respect. There's also a cognitive bias at play here. People assume those who talk less know more. Don't spill your entire story in the first conversation. Hold something back. This creates an information gap, compelling others to lean in and pay attention. Perhaps the most uncomfortable part of the value algorithm is strategic absence. Greener makes this clear in another principle. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Human beings feel loss more intensely than potential gains. When you step away from someone who takes you for granted, you trigger a psychological alarm, the fear of losing something valuable. Studies on persuasion have shown that emphasizing what someone stands to lose is often more motivating than outlining potential benefits. This doesn't mean disappearing at random. It means pulling back your energy when someone fails to reciprocate. Stop replying instantly. Skip a social event when you're feeling drained. Focus on your own growth. Your absence will force the other person to reevaluate your worth, and when you return, you'll find they listen more closely. Scarcity on its own isn't enough. You must back it up with substance. Spend the time you're unavailable improving yourself. Study, exercise, refine your craft. When you do show up, bring real value. People will quickly see that your scarcity isn't a manipulation. It's a reflection of your commitment to excellence. Your boundaries become believable when they're tied to personal growth. If you're scarce because you're binge-watching shows, people will sense the hollow tactic. If you're scarce because you're building skills or pursuing goals, your value rises organically. At this point, you might think the value algorithm is all about withholding. Here's the twist. Generosity at strategic moments amplifies your worth. When scarcity is the norm, occasional acts of genuine help have enormous impact. In behavioral economics, this is known as a contrast effect. A small positive deviation from a baseline feels much larger than if generosity is constant. Surprise someone with support when they least expect it. The contrast between your usual reserve and your sudden generosity creates a powerful emotional imprint. People respect those who enforce standards, say no to tasks that drain you, demand mutual effort in relationships, and walk away when boundaries are crossed. Consistency is key. If you sometimes accept disrespect, people will test you. Make sure your words and actions align. If you want to understand people at this level, subscribe to the Mind's algorithm. We decode human behavior every week in a way most channels never go near. Don't miss the next algorithms we reveal. Mystery isn't about being vague, it's about revealing your layers intentionally. Share deeper stories over time. Keep a few passions and projects private. When people realize there's always more to learn about you, they remain engaged and intrigued. If you sense that someone is beginning to take you for granted, test the connection by withdrawing slightly. Observe whether they reach back or let you drift. This simple maneuver tells you who values you and who only values what you provide. To summarize, the value algorithm involves 6 core steps. Respect your own time, stop overgiving and reduce reactive availability. Use purposeful silence. Say less and let curiosity build. Create strategic absence. Withdraw when respect wanes to trigger loss aversion. Invest in self-development. Scarcity must be backed by real growth. Deliver contrast generosity. Occasional meaningful gestures magnify impact and maintain firm standards. Uphold boundaries consistently. When you integrate these steps, you stop chasing respect and start attracting it. Remember, you're not manipulating people. You're aligning with a psychological reality. Humans value what is rare and self-respecting. Now that you know how scarcity and substance combine into the value algorithm, start applying it in small ways this week. Reduce one area of over-availability and invest that time in your own growth. Then watch how others respond. In our next video, we'll decode the avoidant algorithm, the hidden pattern behind people who pull away in relationships and why you might be chasing them. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.